If you refresh this, obviously here D is gone from the view, neuro F is added and C value is modified. So what happens when you are, guys, please, really it is disturbing others. Okay. What happens when we are in live connection with the data source in Tableau? So when you are having this live connection, Tableau builds a connection path. Tableau builds a connection path between the data source and the Tableau. Whenever any change occurs at the data source end, if you refresh that file, automatically whatever changes that are happening at that end will be added to you, will be updated to your Tableau here. That is what a live connection is. Now let us talk about, I'm talking about extract here. I'm talking about extract here. Now here, first of all, what is extract and what is live connection? See, live connection means you are building that connection path between your data source and to the Tableau. So there is nowhere you are saving the data into your machine. You are not forming any copy of the data and nothing. Whatever is there at that end, that get reflected at Tableau. Okay, only that connection path we will give with this live connection. Now, but here the concept of this extract is different from live. What happens when we select this extract? When you are selecting this extract, Tableau has one Tableau data engine. With that help of Tableau data engine, Tableau extracts the data and it forms a local copy of the data. Where that local copy comes, that will place under your machine. I'll show that. That will that will be under your machine. That means whatever the data, on which data you want to build your Tableau dashboards, all the data will come and reside in your local machine. So when you are having your live connection every time, when it is high performance database, that means that server issues will be there, right? At times server will be low, at times server will be down. So if that sort of situations are there, then if that sort of situations are there, then live connection will work. But if server is low or some problems at the server end, that might not reflect, whatever the data changes that are happening might not reflect at your Tableau end. Some issues within the connectivity path will be arising, right? But here, when you are taking your extract, you are bringing all that data into your machine. Once you got your extract, then there is no need to have that connectivity to your data source, or you need to have your, even you don't need to have your what we call internet connectivity also. Directly you can work just like how we are working on Excel. Like that you can work on your, you can connect to your extract and you can work. Now here you are having, when I'm selecting extract, here you are getting one option, edit. So what is this and what is this filters? Let us see, but not in this. I'll explain in the next concept today only, but in the next concept. Here I'm extracting all the data. Let us see what happens when we extract all the data. I'm going to sheet 1. This is where we build our views, right? Now here, okay, here it is extracting and it is going on, but let me to show you one more time. I'm closing this, guys. I'm connecting to the data. Here I'm taking book 1. Now here, this is my sheet. Now here, instead of live, extract I'm taking and I'm going to sheet 2. What is this? 1 second, guys. I haven't extracted the data, right? Let me connect to this. Now here I'm extracting the data. I want to go to a new sheet. One second, guys. 1 second. Here I'm extracting the data. Give me 1 minute, guys. 1 minute.
I think she might have some any
Rajeshwar, are you saying something? Your voice is.
I was like, if you have any doubts, you can.
Your voice is no. Your voice is not clear. It's breaking.
Rajeshwar, I'm getting some issue here. That is why I stopped sharing this. Okay. Here it is not asking to save this. That is why I'm confused. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Then.
The reason for that is you have already saved that refresh. Now close that connection.
No, Rajeshwar. See.
Close that connection. Connect to the Superstore again.
No, let us connect to this sample that I have created just now. See here, I haven't created any extract till now on this.
Yeah.
So this is, I'm taking extract and I'm opening new sheet. It is creating extract, but it is not.
Ma'am, it is not asking you to save the extract also.
That is the point I want to.
Did you update your version anyways? Any time, Kalpana?
I don't know. No, it is 2021.1 only.
Then why is it not asking? Go to
maybe close the Tableau once again and start again. Maybe.
Maybe. Let us start one more time.
No, you started 2020.1.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. You can show the same. No changes.
But we need to get that saving option.
Yeah, in this you will get.
But in 2021.1 also that update is not there, right? Version
why
update.
that? I'll check and get back.
Let me connect to my Tableau repository data sources. I'm extracting this and go to worksheet. Yeah, this is what I want to tell you here. See here, when we are extracting the data, for the first time, Tableau asks you to save that extract here. Tableau asks you to save that extract here. Here, see, it is asking, and here it is creating your .hyper file. So Tableau data extract it is creating. Now here, you just save your extract here. Just give some name. Sample 6 I'm giving some name and I'm extracting the data here. Here I'm extracting the data. Now see, I created that .hyper file and I saved it in my local machine, right? In my machine under documents, my Tableau repository, data sources. If you go to this is the extract that we have created just now, right? Sample 6. Now here it is like a Tableau data extract is available in your machine. Now directly you can connect to your data, connect to the data that you have extracted, and you can work on your data extracts. Now see here, once it is creating the extract, when we are in live connection, here you used to get a single cylinder symbol here. Now here the symbol is changed to 2 cylindrical symbols. Here you are able to see this, right? Now even that extracted data, what you have extracted here, automatically it is using that extract here. Okay, it is using that extract. Now here, I want to show you that how that extract change. Sorry?
In live connection, it will show only single.
Yeah, that is what I'll show now. So I want to show you that how we create that extract. Now let us try the same with book 1. I'm closing this, guys. Why? Because I want to do some modifications at the data and we need to see how that extract refresh will happen. I'm connecting to book 1. I'm extracting the data. Go to sheet 1. Now it is asking you to save your extract. Now I'm saving the extract. Now here I'm giving the name as, okay, let us keep this sheet 1 of book 1. Okay. Now I'm saving this. Already exists. No. I already said no. Sample 6.1, I'm giving the name. Okay. Now here, let me go to the sheet here. Now I'm building the view here. Now where is my data source? Here is my data source, the first one. Now here I'm modifying some data here. I'm doing some modifications here. Here I'm in the place of this, I'm taking D. In place, next I'm adding G. And I'm adding 150. Insertion, updation is happening. So don't worry about deletion. Now here, if you go to your sheet, here this refresh will not help you to get the latest data to your extract. Here, if you go to this, here you are having extract and here you are having this refresh option. If you refresh your extract, then here the contents of this extract file will be replaced with the new data. Is it okay with, is that okay for you? Then click on S. Now see, whatever the changes that you have done at your data source end is getting reflected at the Tableau end. Okay. And when it is creating the extracts, when you are working on extracts, the performance will be more when you are working on live connection, because as I told you, if the data sources are high performing data sources, then it might be okay. But when you are having some issues at your server end, when you are in live connection, you might face one issue. The first point is that, and second point is, because of this Tableau data engine, Tableau has its own algorithm to create this Tableau data extract. The size of your Tableau data extract is that 1/10 of what your total file size will be. For example, if you are having some 1 GB of data or 10 GB of data, if you take extract on that, then the file size will be 1/8 to 1/10 of actual size. You're getting my point, right? So in that way also, it will help you to improve the performance of your Tableau. So that Tableau has its algorithm. It stores the data in the columnar data format. So what is that columnar data format? Exactly, I'm not explaining entire thing. But here, when it is saving your data, for example, your dimensions in your data, then let me connect here. 1 second. Just let me give simple. Here, when you are connecting to your data, here, for example, in the region, I'm having some 4 values, right? Some 4 members in the region. But here, whenever you are having the rows of data, every time whenever it is giving a new row of data, it is giving you the region value. That means that duplication of your dimensions are occurring here. With the columnar data storage, what Tableau does is it will store these values and the address of this storage location will be mentioned rather than the fields one more time. This way, it reduces that storage part and the size of your data, will be 1/8 to 1/10 of actual data. Your voice is breaking. Am I not audible clearly?
You are audible.
I'm audible, right? So that is how it helps to improve the performance. That is how it creates the extracts here. Even in while you are creating your extract, let me go to data source page. I'm taking extract here. While you are taking your extract, see here, you might be getting some 10 or 20 years of data from your data source. Okay. But here you want to analyze last 2 years or last 3 years data. Then here, while you are taking your extract, you are taking your data copy, while you are creating your extract, here click on this edit. What I'm doing here, but when I click on this edit, here it is giving you the options to apply some filters on the data so that only that required data will come into the extract. What I mean here, for example, here I'm adding some, see how we can add all these filters. You will understand once we are publishing these two servers, everything you will understand, but just learn how I'm adding the filter here. Okay. Now here I'm having order date column. This is giving me the date details. Here from this order date, I want to have only last 3 years data. I'm getting 4 years data here, but I need to have only last 3 years or 2 years, for example. So I'm selecting 3 years. So here I am applying some filter. Here it is giving the detail. It is keeping, even though you are having 4 years data, it is keeping 2019, 2020 and 2021 data. You're getting the point, right? So this is how you are applying your filter. Okay, now I added one filter here. Okay, even if you want to add one more filter on this, for example, here I'm having some, let us take some category is there or segment is there. For example, I'm adding one more filter. From all the categories, see, I'm having 3 categories. I'm concentrating only on technology and furniture. I don't need to analyze anything related to office supplies. So obviously, if you have this data, if you are taking out the unwanted data, only getting the required data, means obviously it will help you to improve the performance. Even the size of the data will also reduce, right? Now here I applied some filters on the extracted.
One
Sorry.
doubt I have.
Yeah, sure.
In order date, you filter 2019-20, right? 21,
Yes.
but 2018 it is showing.
Yeah, that is yeah. We have applied the filters here, but we haven't created any extract here, right? Till now, this is the data something you have changed, but you did not click on apply till now. Let me show you how it behaves.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to sheet. Let me take to sheet 3. Now here you applied some filters. So sample 6 2. Okay. Now here, let us go to this. Here, if I'm taking category, what are that you are getting? Only furniture and technology you are getting. Even if I'm taking order date, what are the dates that you are getting here? 2018 is not coming in from with your data. Only in the extract 2019, 2020, and 2021 data is available. You're getting the point, right?
Yeah, Kalpan.
Yeah. This is about live and extract. Okay. And
Can we see the extracted, like the location of the extracted from the
yeah,
Tableau?
that is where
Oh,
where you
from
save
Tableau.
your extract.
Yeah, we saved it in some data sources, right? Can we
Yes,
directly see it in the Tableau
Yeah, let
desktop
us
that where
connect
we have?
to let us connect to the extract here. So when you want to connect to your extract, just click on more. Just go to documents, my Tableau repository, data sources. Here, what is that we have created now? Sample 62. Now just connect to that. So this is that extract that we have created, and we are connected to that extract here. Okay. Now see, what is the proof that this is the same extract? Okay, this is about live and extract, guys. Let me open the scenario sheet. Here, this is about live and extract. Even we created and we connected in live mode, and we created extract here, and even we connected to the extract that is under your saved data sources. Now here it is a time to start working on Tableau. Okay. Now let us start building the, see here, I have connected to these many data sources here in real time. But as of now, I don't need these two data sources here. That is why I'm closing the data sources here itself. Here it is saying by using these data sources, you already built some views. Is that okay if you delete this? I'm clicking on OK. So that view will go off. Even I'm closing this. Again, it is giving the same message. That is fine for me. Okay,
Ma'am.
now I'm using this. Yeah. Yes.
I have a doubt.
Yeah.
When we perform extract, ma'am, again we want to do live connection of another data source. Then it
Yes.
will come. Ma'am.
See here. Now here, this is extract, right? What is the proof? First one is here you are getting two cylindrical symbols, and here you are using the extract. Okay. Now let me connect to another data. I'm connecting to this book one. Now here the connectivity type is live. Now I'm going to sheet 2. Now here you are using, see you are in, this is live connection and this is extract connection. Now see, once I start using these fields, for example, I am building the view from book 1. Now see, you are getting the tick mark on this. You are able to see this, right? That means in this particular sheet, which data source you are having, on that data source, you will get this blue tick mark. What I mean, for example, for this, you are using this data source. Let me go to new sheet. Now here I'm flipping between these two data sources. Now here I'm building this view, order date, and I'm taking sales here. Now where you are getting your blue tick mark, you are getting at this point. So wherever you are taking that data from that data source, wherever you are getting that data, that blue tick mark will come on that. Why this blue tick mark will come means you will understand in that data blending. So when you are getting more than one data source in one view, then this priority of getting blue tick mark and orange tick mark will be important. As of now, as we are using only one data source at a time, then you can understand from which data source you are building your views. You're clear with this, right?
Yes.
Yes. Now, let us start building the basic views. Okay. And even in the building basic views, the first scenario here itself is talking about, we are talking about saving the workbook. But here, today, I'm not discussing about saving the workbook. Again, it is some 20 minutes to half an hour concept. We will talk about this tomorrow. Let us build the basic views today. Now here, display region-wise sales, color it with region. Display only sales values on the bar. Here, our requirement has come. What is the requirement? Here, you are having region here. Under dimensions, you are having your region here. One more thing, guys. Whenever you are connected to your data, based on the data type, Tableau has segregated this in the form of blue fields. And that means, see here, when you are hovering on this, you are getting this blue color. And when you are hovering on this, you are getting this green color. So it divided into dimensions and measures. Okay. Now here, based on the tables that you are using in the view, are these fields latitude, longitude, some order, some values are there here, right? Measure name, something. Are these fields are in your data source? When you are connecting to your data, do you have any column called measure values, measure names, even orders of count, latitude, longitude? No, right? Nowhere you will see these columns in your data source. Those will come when you are having your geographical data, these two fields will come. But other than that, these measure values, these orders of count, measure names will come with any type of data. See, let me show you book one. Here, as I'm not having any geographical fields, I'm not getting this latitude, longitude generated, these columns. But here, if you observe, you are getting, in this sheet, you are getting orders of count. That means table name of count. Here, if you go to book one, what you are getting? Sheet one of count. What is that name? That sheet one of count. Here, measure values and measure names are coming along with that in Tableau. Okay, why they will come? What is the importance of that? We will talk. But you need to observe these things. That is why I'm saying here. What is my requirement? I need to see region-wise sales. Here I'm having region under my dimensions. Just you can drop it in the row shelf. So now whenever you are taking any region in the row shelf, your dimensions will always form the headers. See, each region you are getting one header, right? So it is representing those four regions here. Now here what you need to bring? You need to bring your measure. You need to, so which one I need? Sorry guys, I haven't seen your messages. Once again explain. What is that I need to explain one more time? Can you tell me? Sorry guys, I haven't seen that messages. Here I'm taking region. Now here what I need to have? I need to have region-wise sales. So where is your sales measure? Here is your sales column. It is a measure. Obviously, you are getting this hash symbol, means it is completely numerics. And one more thing, guys, I told you that once we are into data, when I'm converting this to string, how this sales behaves. Okay, we will see that, but not now. Why? Because you will get confused. Tomorrow or day after tomorrow, we will see that. As of now, I'm bringing this sales. When I'm bringing this sales, where I need to drop these sales? Where I need to drop these sales? If I drop it in the columns, for each region, what is the sale value? That sale value you are getting here. That is in the form of bar it is showing. The highest is the length, the bigger is the length of the bar. Okay, now you got here sum of sales. But in your data, you are having sum of sales in the columns. You are having, see, once you have connected to your data source, once you have connected to your data source, if you want to see the data, here is the option to see your data. This view data is there, right? Now let me open that. Here, if you see, here you are having your sales here, but you are not having sum of sales here. But why you are getting sum of sales here? So against to this dimension, wherever you are having the values for this central, the values are getting repeated here, right? Throughout. How many rows of data in total you are having? Might be you are having, it is after applying this filter, you are having 3,192 rows of data. For all those rows of data, might be these 4 dimensions, these 4 regions are repeating, right? For all those regions, one sale transaction value is there, right? All those sales transactions will be aggregated and it is giving sum of sales. You are getting this point, right? That is why you are getting sum of sales here. This is my view. I built my view. Now here I want to take one color to each region. Then here what I can use here. Instead of placing sum of sales in the row shelf. One more thing, guys. As I mentioned, my region is, my dimension is giving you the headers. Dimensions are giving you the headers. But what these measures are giving? Measures always forms the axis. Whenever you are having any measures, the measures will always forms the axis. That is how it will locate your data, right? For example, what is this value? This bar value, central is giving, see something you are getting here. When you are hovering on that, you are getting some message as central, that much sale value, 2,67,000. But every time you can't see like this, right? But you need to have that value here. Then here you can use either this T, show mark labels, or else even you can can use this label under marks card. How can I use that label? So once you want to use this, just unselect this. Just bring what you want to show here. I want to show sum of sales value. That means sale value, the measure value I want to show. If I'm bringing sales here and I'm dropping, see, once you need to use these windows means you need to bring that respective dimensions or measures to that field. What I mean here, as I want to show labels, bring that sum of sales to the label. Obviously, you are getting your labels. Along with that, you don't understand. Okay. What is that you are unable to understand here? This getting this T values. Guys, please speak up. Why? Because I'll explain. See, I don't understand previous. Previous means here I'm getting region and here I'm taking sales. When I'm, see, till the moment it is under the data pane. Guys, this is called the data pane. So where your complete data resides, this is called your data pane. Till you bring that to your work area, this is called work area. It will not show any effect on your view. As I started taking sales here, it is coming along with the aggregation. Why? Because as I have shown you, this for central, there are many values, all that values are added and that aggregation is coming and that aggregation I'm taking here. That sum of sales. But here, I need to know what this central is giving the value. What this east is giving. See, with the length of the bars, I'm understanding that. Even here, this west is giving highest sales. That I'm understanding. But what is the sale value? What is the value that it is bringing? When you are hovering, you are getting some indication like central is giving this much sales. What is that? This is called tooltip. Here it is having. What is that? We will discuss. But as of now, I need to show that number here. How can I show that number? Here, you are having one option called T. This is called show mark labels. So when you click on this T, that respective measure value, what is that? What the sale value of central is giving? What is the east sales transaction value? What is south sales transaction value? If you don't want to use this, for example, T will always gives you the measure values, that measure number itself. So if you want to have customized labels, then T can't provide all of this. For that, you can use this label under marks card. So what I mean, I'm unselecting this T, guys. Once I'm unselecting this, that number is gone off. Now here, I'm customizing the mark label. What is that customization? I am bringing sale values to the label. Now here I'm getting these values. That is fine. But along with these sale values, I am bringing the dimension value also. See, dimension names also. These region names also I want to bring along with this. Then just bring region and drop it in the labels. Now see, you are able to understand this now? Guys, are you able to understand this now? Am I clear? Yes, right? Now here, I'm bringing that label. Now here, I want to color the visualization. I want to color this visualization. I want to bring each of the region as color here. Now here, let me bring region and drop it in the color shelf. Now each of one dimension is taking one color. Even we can color using measures that we will see in tomorrow's session. I'm not discussing that. But here, as this West is giving me the highest sales. And one more thing, guys. Here I know by looking at this, West is giving me highest sales. But every time I can't locate where is this highest sale. So I need this view to be sorted. Here, you are having these sort options directly here, right? Now, if you click on this, it will sort the view in the descending order. This is for ascending order. Okay. Now here, as West is giving me the highest sales, I want to show this West bar in the blue color. Okay. Sorry, green color. Now, how can I change this color from this gray to green? Just go to see what you want to modify here. I want to modify color. Then go to color window. For example, here my requirement is the labels are coming, but how I want my labels is that West : this sale value. Some customized label I want. Then again, your requirement has come at your labels end. Just go to your label window. So in future, you will get about this size and tooltips. At that time, just go to that window, do the modifications. Let us change this color. Here, if you go to color, edit colors. Here, see which color is taking, which region is taking what color. Here it is indicating, and from which of this color palette it has chosen these colors. Here it is coming. But if you are not satisfied with this color palette, I want to get some other color for this. Just click on this drop down. Here you are having these many color palettes for your dimensional coloring. Even if you are not satisfied, even if your company is having some custom coloring, see here you are able to see this DIS 13, SUQ 13, right? These are the ones that I added here. These color palettes I added here. Or let us use this, or else this one we will use. Okay. This is the color palette. I want to bring some other color here, or else as you need to change central to green, just select that green. See, from that palette, I'm not choosing all the options for which region I want one particular color. I'm choosing that. Even from some other color palette, you can select for east, some other color you can select from some other palette. Or else, if you are having one color palette, this color palette, and you want to assign the colors of this palette to this, just click on this assign palette. Okay. Here you are having more number of colors and you are having less number of dimensions, but it will assign the palette in that required manner, in that assigned manner based on the available colors. It will pick those colors and it will assign the palette. Okay. If you want particular colors, just select and choose the color. Okay. You are getting the point, right? Now let me change. Our main importance is we need to change this to green. Click on apply. Why West is coming this? We want to bring it, we want to take this to green, right? Somewhere I'm taking this green. Okay, here it is. See, I'm changing it to central. I want to change it to West. For central, I'm taking some yellow. Are you clear with this?
Yeah.
There is, see, ma'am, I can't able to answer. Please help me. Yeah, sure. This LODs and see this KPS, once you cross all these basics, then only you can understand your KPS, because there are many ways you can represent your KPS. So to understand, to best perform your KPI, first you need to have clear understanding on basics. Okay, in the path we will learn every point, each and every minute point we will clear. We will discuss that every minute point. Okay, now here, this is the basic view that we are building, and let us build one more. Yeah, sure. Let us build one more view here. Design a view to display subcategory wise average profit. The requirement is average profit, and color it with category. Display both subcategory name and profit value on the right side of the bar. So what is my requirement here? Let us see. Here I am opening the new sheet. See, once you have done your one requirement is finished, means the work at that sheet is finished. Now for new requirement, again, if you are doing something, means you are disturbing your requirement here. Again, I'm opening a new sheet. Now here in another requirement, I need to show here I'm having my dimension subcategory. If you are unable to find your dimension, see, as we are having less dimensions, you can locate your dimension. But in real time, if you are having more columns, then use this search and get your dimension here. Okay, now just clear this. Now these are the subcategories I'm having. Yeah, let me download the latest version. Even yesterday also someone asked me. Let me see that, and I'll update you tomorrow on this. And here, what is the requirement for these subcategories? I want to show the profit. When I'm bringing the profit, the default, one more thing, guys, the default aggregation in Tableau is sum only. How to assign custom color to palette? I'll show how to add custom coloring. That is a concept is there. This is very early to discuss that. Okay, we will see that. Even here, I want the default aggregation. What I mean by default aggregation, whenever you are bringing any measure, the aggregation will be always sum only. But here your requirement is you need to show. And one more thing, guys, when you are building your view, whenever you are having any normal dimension, the basic view, the basic view you are getting is a bar chart here. So what I mean by normal dimension, guys, please guys. What I mean by normal dimension, it is not having your time series data. When you are having time series data, just remember you will always get, Tableau has that intelligence to understand which is time series data, which is normal dimension. Now here, when you are building the view, here it is getting it is occupying this much space, and this space is available here. The total workspace is this much, and this space is available. It is giving the view in the standard mode. If you want to make use of this entire space, just go to this place, and here you are having this fit width and fit height options. We will understand when that situation comes, but in general, we will take it as entire view. If you are having less number of dimensions, if they are fit to the space that is available, then entire view is the perfect option. Or else if it is not, if it is having more than 2000, 3000 rows of data, if you fit entire thing in this space, then you can't see anything, right? So here, as I'm having less number of dimensions, I'm choosing this option. Now here, and one more requirement here is that you need to have average of profit, but you got your sum of profit. If you right click on your profit here you are having one option, measure under bracket. That means the default aggregation for measure is sum. From that sum, I am changing this to average. Now here, this is how you can change your aggregation here. Now again, I clicked on this T, you are getting these values. But my requirement is along with this value, I need to bring the subcategory name also. That is why here, even if you keep like this, here I'm bringing sum of sales. Sorry, why I'm bringing sales here? I need to bring profits, right? Even when I'm bringing profit here, again, as you have taken average of profit in the view, it will not change it to average. Again, you need to take that requirement here and even right click on this and take average. Now here you are getting average label here. Along with this, you need to have the subcategory name also. Just bring subcategory name. I want to place one next to each other, not one below to each other. Now just go to this label. See guys, when I want to change this label, just go to this label and click on this text. Here, these two options are useful to change the font and the alignment. Here, if you want to change something related to the text, just click on these three dots. Here, this is your subcategory. I'm clicking on Control X and here I'm taking Control V. Now see here, I'm placing this one next to each other and I'm bringing this to center. Click on Apply. Now here you are not having any space here. Just in between these two angular brackets, I'm giving some colon and space. Now click on Apply. Now see whatever the changes you have done, when you click on Apply, that will get reflected here. Once you are okay with this, then click on OK. Or else if you want to do any modifications, for example, here I'm keeping one more colon here and I'm giving some two spaces. Again, you have some apply button. Again, you have seen this. You are not okay with this. You need to add some dollar here. Again, I am doing some modifications. I am adding dollar symbol here. Here, again, I'm clicking on apply. Okay, this view is fine. Or else I want to bring this dollar at the end of this value. Again, I'm deleting here. Again, I'm adding here. See, whatever that changes, do that modification, see that reflection. Once you are okay with that, then finally click on OK. Okay, you're getting the point, right? I want to get sum and average sales per subcategory. How can we do that? Yeah, I'll show that. In this tomorrow session, you will get that. I'll show that. Now here, let me, once I want to discuss something here. On the right side of the bar, you got it. Here, one more requirement. Again, I'm sorting this view, guys. Again, here already I'm representing my dimension. What is this? This is a copier subcategory, right? And here, this is accessories. This is phone, chairs, every detail you are giving about your, see here, as you have taken your profits, some of the subcategories are giving negative values. That means they are under losses. Minus of some value means it is giving the loss to the business. That is why on the scale, it is coming on the left side. See, based on the data that is there in your measure, Tableau is automatically forming this axis. Okay, what I mean by that? Here in the earlier sheet, when the values are above this 440K or 430K, automatically the range is defined from 0K to 440K. Now here the requirement has changed. Now here even you are having negative values. Based on that, Tableau is forming this axis. Okay, now here I'm at this point. Already you are giving this detail about your subcategories. So no need to show these subcategories one more time here. In my view, I don't want to show these subcategories one more time. Again, as I'm giving the detail here. Then just go to see what we discussed here. Whenever you bring any dimension, dimensions will gives you the headers. So just go to your dimension, right click here, unselect this show header. Unselect this show header. Now the headers are gone. You're getting the point, right? So this is how you can customize your views. Okay, everything we will learn, but one next to the other. At a time, we are not adding all the concepts in one session, right from the basics to moderate to the proficient. That means that LODs, to understand that LODs, you need to understand these basics, you need to understand this detailed shelf a bit, then that LODs will come. Okay? Guys, am I clear?
Yes.
Yeah, it's clear.
Yes.
Recording stopped.
Okay then. Rajeshwar, are you there?
Just a minute.
Yeah. Guys.
Kalpana,
Yes, yes.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
Are we done with the extract complete session or still it's-
No. See, this extract, how we are doing at this Tableau desktop, and we have just shown that.
Okay.
But how to publish your extracts, how to deal with your extracts, there are some concepts, right?
Yes.
You don't use in desktop end.
Mhm.
Everything should be in your server.
Correct. So
Yes,
just want to check like the logical connection, physical, incremental refresh. So those things.
Yes, that everything will come. Just we
Okay.
are at the basics.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Any other doubts, guys?
Kalpana,
Yes.
am I audible?
Yes. Yeah, I have one doubt. Can I speak? Yes. Telugulo cheppandi Vinod. Parledu. I can understand. Guys,
Actually,
I'm speaking in Telugu. Please, just a minute. Yeah. Cheppandi Vinod.
మేడం
Ah.
హలో
Yeah, Vinod cheppandi.
అదే మేడం ట్యాబ్లు వెర్షన్ డౌన్లోడ్ చేశాను కానీ అందులో నాకు మెటా డేటా అదేంటి మొత్తం కనబడట్లేదు మేడం.
అదే నేను చెప్తున్నాను కదా, నేను కూడా లేటెస్ట్ వర్షన్ అప్డేట్ చేసుకుంటాను ఇవాళ. మీరు లేటెస్ట్ వర్షనే కదా డౌన్లోడ్ చేశారు?
అవును మేడం.
నేను ఇవాళ డౌన్లోడ్ చేసి మెటా డేటా ఎలా వస్తుందో చూసి నేను మీకు చెప్తా అండి.
స్లోగా చెప్పండి మేడం.
కల్పన, అది టేబుల్ డీటెయిల్స్ అని లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ లో వస్తుంది లేటెస్ట్ వర్షన్.
ఇక్కడ
ఇవేవి కనబడట్లేదు.
కింద వస్తుందా? ఓకే, అదే రేపు చూద్దాం. టేబుల్ డీటెయిల్స్ అని వస్తుంది.
స్లాట్ ఫీల్డ్స్ అవి కనబడట్లేదు.
ఇవేమి కనపడట్లేదు.
అదే
రేపు చూద్దాం. నేను ఇవాళ డౌన్లోడ్ చేసి చూస్తాను.
ఓకే మేడం. నా స్ప్లిట్టింగ్ కూడా అవ్వట్లేదు. స్ప్లిట్ కాన్సెప్ట్ చెప్పారు కదా, అది కూడా అవ్వట్లేదు.
అది ఇక్కడ అవ్వకపోయినా పర్లేదండి, ఎందుకంటే మనం ఇప్పుడు వన్స్ డేటాలోకి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత దేర్ ఆర్ మెనీ వేస్ వి మ్యానిపులేట్. అంటే మనం స్ట్రింగ్ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్స్ ఉంటాయి, రెగ్యులర్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్స్ ఉంటాయి, అవన్నీ యూజ్ చేసి మనం స్ట్రింగ్ డేటాని మ్యానిపులేట్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే, మీకు కాన్సెప్ట్లు అర్థమవుతున్న కొద్దీ ఏది ఎక్కడ చేయాలనే క్లారిటీ వచ్చేస్తుంది. ఇప్పుడు కొంచెం కన్ఫ్యూజన్ ఉంటుంది అంతే.
కొంచెం స్లో చెప్పండి.
నేను చాలా ఫాస్ట్ ఉన్నానా? అవునా, నేను చాలా స్లో చెప్తున్నా అనుకుంటున్నాను. అవునా, నేను రేపటి నుంచి ఇంకొంచెం స్లో చెప్తానండి. యా
okay.
Yes, Rajesh.
My voice is getting resound. Any idea?
No, not now. Earlier.
Okay. So yeah, Kalpana, can you give me the sharing? Yeah. Can you make me the co-host? I think I cannot share without that.
Rajeshwar, I think you can present now.
No, I have two accounts in here.
Okay, which one?
So you should make the other one as co-host.
What is the other one?
Same, Rajeshwar Rai.
No, one Rajeshwar Rai.
One is with my image and one is with
Yes. Got it. Now see.
Yeah. So yeah. So coming to this, first thing is, this is something I always tell. Please do register in this tripartyanalytics.com. Okay. And in this, when you log in, the moment you log in, you'll be here in my courses. You'll have access to whatever the things that you have, and Tomorrow, which videos, Kalpana?
Rajeshwar, I think tomorrow the rest of the videos are fine, but as of now we haven't completed these ones, right? Tableau Workspace.
Okay, so I think they can watch till discrete
This,
with
yes,
continuous, right?
yes, discrete continuous is done yesterday.
Okay.
Ask them to watch this nested dimensions, small multiples.
Okay, complete till small multiple, guys. Tomorrow, because day after tomorrow it is completely for access, right? Okay. Now, once you watch these videos, if you want to, what do you say, watch the live sessions again, then this is where you need to come. This is 18th October's video, and this is yesterday's video, and today's video. It is, you see, you are still seeing that, right? It is live. So if you want to join, actually you can join directly from here. You need not even wait for the link. And I think Kalpana, from tomorrow we'll by end of this day you create this session. Okay, this class, if you create by end of the day, they can directly join the class. We'll try that tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, sure, Rajesh, for sure.
So by today end of the day, do add
Yes,
all
sure.
these things here.
Yeah,
Or
sure.
add the next batch, next class in here before only. I think you can add for the next 2 weeks. I think we'll decide or not. Today we'll add for one class. If that works, we'll add for the total next 2 weeks. Okay. Okay. So that is the point. That is one thing. This is where you can watch the slide session, and this is where you need to watch your recordings, and this is where there are scenarios. Some are saying that scenarios are not visible in the recorded videos itself. In the last, there is week 1 scenario, right? And here I have week 2 scenario. Okay, so that is how it goes. Okay, any issues you can bring to our notice. And as you said, yeah, so Kalpana will take it tone down a bit, like sort of speed, like she'll reduce the speed and she'll try to speak it a bit slowly, so that you can get more grasp on it. Okay, so other than this, if you have any doubts, you can either ping me in 912131433, or you can ping Kalpana 8790105324. Okay, so
Kalpana.
that is about this discussion, guys.
Rajesh.
Yeah.
I have a question with Kalpana regarding that chat. Can I ask?
Yeah. Kalpana, are you there?
Yes, Rajeshwar, I'm here.
So some doubt regarding the chart.
Yes, tell me.
Yeah, it's a basic understanding only. Just share the screen once. I have that doubt.
Yeah, sure. 1 second. I think
I should stop sharing, right?
Okay.
Let me.
Yeah, I stopped sharing.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, Kalpana. Here you have enabled the label, right? Copiers double colon and some value.
Yes.
How to make that one? I tried. It's not coming for me.
Here under label.
Okay.
Here, if see before changing this, these fields should be available in this label. So first of all, drop whatever those dimensions or measures that you want to show in the labels to this label window. Then go to label.
Okay.
Just click on this text. In this text, here you are getting 3 dots. Click on this. Now here, generally you will get like this.
Okay.
This is how you get your values by default.
Okay.
Now just change it accordingly how you want. I am bringing this profit and I am dropping it next to this. And when I'm taking this, the space is not coming. So in between the subcategory and average profit, I'm taking this colon and I'm taking that space. Even if I want to take the dollar, I'm taking that. See, I'm hard coding some of those representations here along with the subcategories. Whatever you are getting that in the angular brackets, that will show the respective subcategories. What I mean here, for accessories, you are getting accessories, but these hard coded will be common to all of those.
Okay.
Okay, you're getting the
Okay.
point, right?
Yeah, thanks, Kalpana. Actually,
yeah,
my
sure.
internet was interrupting a lot, so I missed that thing.
Yeah, sure.
Kalpana, I have one doubt.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, for example, when you extract the data, when you save it in the folder, is it mandatory to save it in the data source folder only, or we
No,
can save it?
anywhere on your machine, even on the desktop.
Yeah.
But the
So in
best
that,
practice, just for
yeah,
the best practice.
in that scenario, for example, if you're dealing with a lot of sheets, a lot of data sources, for example, if I save it anywhere in the documents or somewhere around, I forgot it, and I want to see where I saved that document. So how can I navigate it from the tool?
How can you navigate it from? Okay, this might be Rajeshwar will help you. How can
Can
I?
you come again? Can you come again on that?
They want to locate that extract from this. See, let me see. This is my. I connected to this extract, right? This location in my machine. This extract location in my machine.
Extract the location.
Rajshwar, for example, we are dealing with a lot of sheets.
Yes, I got that point, but we never we
Okay.
never tried in this manner. Okay, let us try this. Just do the reversing.
Let me check that and get back to you.
Sure.
Why? Because we maintain that in folders, we maintain the correct path, right? So
Yeah.
Generally, in my company, the format we follow is whenever there is a new extract that we create, generally in development, you generally create extract only once in your desktop.
Yes.
Okay. Every time you keep refreshing that. So generally we keep one place as an extract folder. In that, like data source wise, we create individual folders and we'll save that in them.
Yeah, actually, I got into that scenario, so I just wanna make sure.
Okay,
Rajeshwar, what you can do is that you can right click on the orders and go to properties. You will get the location of the this thing.
Properties. Oh,
Yes.
cool.
Yeah. It is here.
Yet it is
Cool,
here,
yeah.
but we never tried this. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, good to know. Yeah, thank you.
Rajeshwar, you learned a new thing, Rajeshwar, today.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for these inputs. And yeah, so the same meeting will happen tomorrow at same 7:30 a.m. And for the link, actually you can create an account, and as I showed you, you can get it there. Else, you can what do you say? Ping me. I'll send you the link. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you for the session. We'll again meet tomorrow.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Kalpana, can you
Thank
share
you.
the drive link again?
Yeah. Rajeshwar, can you help?
What drive link?
Like the scenarios where we can go and check.
Scenarios in this I just showed you right here. Let me share my screen.
Yeah.
In the account when you create in here, not this, sorry. Here, if you see the week one recordings, right? In the last week one recordings, you can see these scenarios here. These are all the scenarios. These are the same as that are present there. And also week two scenarios, they are present in here.
Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, then guys, we'll meet again tomorrow. Okay.
Thanks, Rajesh. Thanks, Kalpana.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah, thanks, Ash. Thanks, Kalpana.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.